Do you enjoy having your photo taken?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You prefer motion, being in a film?
It's easier.
Yeah.
Because this is, you're always trying to look like your natural self, which is, of course, bullshit.
Welcome to Portrait Mode. In this episode, I speak with the legendary actress Rita Moreno. She is the first Latina woman to win an Oscar and to achieve EGOT status, and is still going strong in her 90s. You might know her from both film versions of West Side Story, the classic kids show The Electric Company, or from The Ritz on Broadway. We're looking to shoot some new portraits. Let's see how it goes. Hi, Rita.
Hey!
It's Sophie. Nice to see you again.
I'm Rita. So do you want to look at the
I
stuff
do.
I'm
I would love to look
wear?
at the clothes that you brought.
Yeah.
I love all the colors that you have and the
Well,
patterns.
I thought this, if we do color, this will be lovely.
That's gorgeous.
It's just so pretty. And then I brought this, which I thought for black and white was
Yeah,
kind of
that's
neat.
really nice. Well, I have a gorgeous backdrop, and
Yeah.
it's sort of a white with some beige. I mean, this is so beautiful.
I love purples, so
I
I
love
thought
the
I would wear
purples.
these. You want to do that?
I think we should do the purple,
Okay.
right?
Done.
We have a plan.
See you in a moment.
Okay.
Hi there.
Hi there.
It's me in purple.
You look great in
Should
purple.
I sit here?
Yes, that's
Okay.
perfect.
Okay.
We can start on the stool.
Okay.
Well, I know you were a dancer. Originally, that was your start. So you have all the
right.
moves. Oh, I love that. So when you're prepping for a role, like how do you prep when you're about to go on to set? Do you have to sort of warm up, or do you just sort of do the same thing like here and have your hair and makeup and then go straight?
If it's the very beginning scene, the opening scene of a play, and I'm nervous and it's opening night, it's a whole nother thing.
Okay.
I just stand there like a ghost. And I'm usually trembling.
Yeah.
and-
Still.
Yeah, oh yes. And I'm looking really like death warmed over. And then comes the time when it's time, so I very often go,
So you definitely
and
do
it's called, in dancing, it's called preparation. You prepare to do something, and it's a very natural thing for me to do.
What's your favorite genre to do? Is it like theater, movies? You've done so many different things. Which one is your favorite?
I love theater, I just don't like doing 8 a week.
Yeah.
You see, the way I see it, I'm now 92,
Yeah.
and that's exhausting.
a
So
lot.
when I played Maria Callas at the Berkeley Rep a few years ago, I did 6 shows a week, and that was great.
Perfect.
I mean, I could just handle
Yeah.
that. And very often people say, well, what about Angela Lansbury? And I say, well, fuck her. I mean, if she can do it, fine.
Yeah.
I don't.
And
I
you need
can't.
to have it in a way
exhausts-
that you feel good.
Six a week is a lot,
I can.
especially if you're playing a very demanding part, which I'm bound to be because I'm this age and I'm going to play these kind of women.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's really nice. Perfect. You were on One Day at a Time recently. What was your process like
Oh.
getting ready for that role?
I loved playing Lydia, who is a drama queen to beat all drama queens, only with a Hispanic accent. And I adopted my mother's accent, which is really very funny and which sometimes turned into bad words. Like, I'm going to go swimming at the beach, and
Right.
changing the shits on the bed. I love playing her because she was so obvious
Yeah.
and so broad. And what is, I think, hilarious about her is she has no sense of humor. I love playing characters that are really just no sense of humor whatsoever.
Right. If you don't mind, I would love to show you some of these so that I can see what you like.
Okay.
And I want to hear from you.
I love that.
I love that.
That's
I'm gonna mark
very
that.
actressy, and I love
I
it.
love it. And you did that naturally.
That's my Norma Desmond.
I love that.
Let's kind of charming.
Yeah, I kind of love all these different positions that you've managed to figure out in the stool. All right, let's try some without the stool.
Sure.
Yeah, I love that.
You know, I did this for the very last take of West Side Story. Oh, wow. And I have a clapper. And Steven signed it, and the Janusz also signed it, the cinematographer. Nice. Wow. And Steven says for a friend, an artist, and something amazing like that. I don't know what. It's nice. It's very nice. Okay, this is take one. Oh, scared myself.
Okay, so I want to see some moving, not necessarily dancing, but almost like I'm doing a film. Beautiful. Right, like that, and then and then right at me with the face too. Beautiful. That I love.
Get out of here. And
Scram.
Get me some money too. You had plenty money.
Yes, this is exactly.
22. You let all the people make a fool of you. Why don't you do right like some other men do? Get out of here and get me some money too.
Amazing. I love
Get me some money too. Get me some money too.
Bravo!
That was fun. I haven't sung that in 100 years.
And every time I snap, just change it, as you know, a little bit. That's perfect right there. Oh, that's beautiful right there. Perfect. At the time when you started, there weren't a lot of other Puerto Rican actresses, right?
There weren't any. There were no Latina. I mean, it was, don't even ask.
So to look up to,
They
you
weren't
had
even
to.
playing waiters in those days.
What was that like, sort of pioneering in the industry as one of the first?
Well, you know, you don't know you're pioneering. All you know is that you're out of work.
Yeah.
That's what you are. I remember talking one day to Jessica Chastain, and we were talking about movies and all that, and she was talking about love scenes. And she said, there's nothing I hate worse than coming cold into the studio in the morning and getting into bed with someone I barely know, you know, to do a love scene. Mm-hmm. And she said, have you had that problem? And I said to her, I'm going to shock you. I said, because all I ever played was Island Girls and American Indian Girls. And I said, Island girls don't have love scenes. They get raped. They are tramps. They're ignorant. They don't know how to read. And Jessica just went, oh my God, I never thought of that. I said, I think of it all the time.
Let's do the stool. That would be great.
I really like that. I wore those last night.
That's really nice. Gorgeous. And then right at me strong one more time. Right away, not even a flinch. A little happier right there. That's great. I love that. Okay, we're gonna take a breather and do some rapid fire questions.
All right.
Are you ready for some rapid fire questions?
Probably not, but let's see what happens.
All right, let's give it a shot. Favorite role you ever played?
Anita.
Favorite pair of shoes? I heard you have a lot of them.
Oh my God. Okay, any pair of Manolos.
Last song you listened to?
A boy like that who killed your brother.
Worst advice you ever received?
Shut up.
That's
not good.
Not good.
No. I mean, I may have something valuable to say.
Exactly.
Even if it's only once.
Yeah. This or that. So this or that, you say which one you prefer.
This.
Oh. No, I mean, I'm going to ask you two things.
Oh.
Like, I'm glad you knew. And I'm glad you knew. That was great. You're actually the very rapid fire.
That was a perfect, oh, wonderful. Okay.
New York or California?
New York. Always New York.
Kindle or hardcover?
Always hardcover. I read newspapers, I don't read my phone.
Me too. I read the newspaper too. Walk or drive?
Walk.
Flats or heels?
Heels.
Sharks or jets?
Sharks, are you serious?
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Fast or furious?
Furious.
Yes. Performing in front of a crowd of friends or in front of a crowd of strangers?
Strangers.
I like that answer. Well, thank you. That's all I have for you.
Oh God, that was exhausting.
How is it different working on the new West Side Story than the original?
Oh my goodness. Huge difference. Where do I start? For one thing, it's a much more political movie, the new one, with Spielberg, and is more political because Tony Kushner, who was the playwright of Angels in America for Broadway, he felt that the original movie truly lacked a lot of the problems that Hispanics have with being Hispanic. And he really attended to that in a very good way. He and Spielberg really worked very hard to make it more equitable. And they did. It was absolutely marvelous. And of course, you know, not playing Anita,
Yes.
but playing Valentina, who was Doc's widow in this particular movie, was just fabulous. I love the way he wrote that part. She's a gentle, quiet woman. I mean, she is the opposite completely of Anita. And what was very difficult about that version was doing a scene with Ariana, who was now playing Anita. That part is so a part of me. It's like part of my flesh.
You did an interview and you said you tried not to get into her part as Anita too much, but you said you did give her advice on how you would have played one line differently.
Yes,
What was
because
that?
I think that the way I read that one line in what I call the Oscar scene, that's an Oscar scene in the candy store where the boys try to abuse Anita. And it was a reading that I gave of when they go after me and I'm at the door, I'm about to leave and telling them off. And they go to get me and I say, "Don't you touch me." And it's not a way I would ever have said that, except that I was going with Marlon Brando during that film, and for several years. And I thought, how would Marlon say that? You know, you really don't want to do, "Don't you touch me." It's so obvious. And what was always fabulous about the way he did scenes as an actor was how he would pull back, but underneath it was this roiling passion and anger and whatever was called for in that scene. So that's how I did it. And I said, that's what got me the Oscar. Holding back in that particular scene. And guess what? Guess who won the Oscar again?
I know.
Ariana.
I've directed you this whole shoot, right? And asked you to do different things in front of the camera. I was wondering if we could turn the camera around, we could switch roles for a minute. And you told me what to do for one.
I tell you what to do?
And you take the camera and you do it the same thing to me that I've asked you.
And you have to sit here.
And I'd be so interested to see how you direct.
Oh,
If you're up for it.
okay, I have no idea, but
I would love it.
just
It
tell
would be
me
an
how
honor.
to click it.
Yeah, so basically,
What a great idea, I think.
thank you.
We'll see.
I think it'll
We'll
be
see
fun,
how great
right?
this is going to be.
Okay, so you put this around.
Okay, right.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What do you think? What should I do?
Let me see, Sophie. Do I want to do this? Yes, I do. And I want to do it at a slight angle. And I want you to look at me winsomely. Do you know what winsome means?
I don't.
Well, like that. There you go. How about showing me a 3/4 angle and look in that direction as well? 3/4 face. Oh yeah. Now do slow eye.
I think you got it. That's like my favorite picture of me ever.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I love that. Thank you. Thank you for being up for doing this.
See that?
That's so nice. You're a great photographer, among many, many other things.
I'm a director.
Well, that is what a photographer is. Thank you so much for doing this, Rita. It means so much to me. It's such an honor to.
Oh gosh,
get to
I'm so glad
photograph
because
you.
I was really so bored. I mean, I
I hope
was
not.
really...
I hope we got something you
Oh
love.
my God, I'm so glad to get out of here.
Oh, well, I'm glad I at least got a couple
Goodbye,
pictures of
goodbye.
myself